Hi guys, we're back again with another episode of We Run on Coffee with Marissa and Arika.
Woohoo!
And it's Valentine's Day. So
Yes.
happy Valentine's Day to all of you that are in relationships, those of you that aren't, those
Happy
of you that
Valentine's.
yes, those of you that just love red and pink. Shout out to my friend Owen and my friend Jen. I know you love it just for the colors.
It's the cutest color combo.
Yeah, I mean, I have never really been a big fan of pink, and I mean, I think it looks cute. Like, I love all the decorations, but as we talked about last time, I'm definitely more of a Halloween girly.
Of course, you have to have those all black vibes.
Yes, of
So
course.
but yeah, happy Valentine's week, Galentine's International Singles Day. They all fall right in a row, and
Of
they're
course.
coming up before next week's episode, so we had to tell you today.
What have you been up to this week, Erica, just before we get into the episode?
Yeah, we love a little catch-up moment. So this week, this does not sound like revolutionary at all. So just so you all know, I know that. But I got my nails done yesterday and I feel like a whole new girl because as an adult, once you like start to have disposable income, I feel like you start to do a couple more of those little things that you're like, this is my me thing. And I like doing this. I feel better when I do this, just to make yourself happy. Whether it's like you're at the grocery store and you pick up an extra like drink that you really like, even though you know you can make it at home, but it's just like happy, or you buy a coffee out. Mine's getting your nails done because I always feel a little bit cuter. I go to like an all natural nail salon, which I really like. They don't do drills or acrylic or anything like damaging, so they only do gel and regular nail polish, which is fun. And I went to get my nails done yesterday. The last time I got them done was New Year's Eve, and I got all black. Very you moment. Love that for me.
You want to know something funny?
What?
I've never had my nails painted black.
Really?
Never. Yeah.
Oh, it's honestly kind of exhilarating. They say like when you paint your nails red, you like feel like a bad bitch, but no, it's black for me. I love black nails. It's like my favorite of all time, but for whatever weird reason, so the girl who does my nails, her name is Alexa, and we are actually close friends. She's like come to my house before. We met because she did my nails, and I was just like, you're cool. You want to be friends? And it was also one of those moments as an adult where I like made a friend outside of circumstance. Like I was just like, hey, you want to be friends out of nowhere? You want to come to my party, whatever. And thank God I did, because she's so cool. But she had been doing my nails for a year, and like I've never had an issue. But when I got these black nails, they weirdly started to like bubble up in the middle and get air bubbles, and then it would move to the sides, and then they would peel, and then when they peeled off, they were wet underneath. It was weird. So like I just had these gross gooey like black nails, and usually if like I leave the nail salon and I like chip one, I'm just like, whatever, it's not worth like telling them. But this time I was like, this is gross. So I texted her and I was just like, hey, I know this is a gross picture, but like, look at what my nails are doing. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Come back. We'll fix them for free. I think my like the UV light that they use to set the gel, she's like, I think my light might have been dying. Come back. We'll do it for free. And I will just use a new light. So I go back literally the next day, because at this point it was New Year's Eve and I wanted them done for that. So I went back, used the new light, left, and they literally did it again the next day. And I was like, what the heck? And they were looking so crusty and disgusting. I can't even describe. So she's like, honestly, if you want to come back and do it again, like it'll be free, but I think we should switch colors. We think it's the color because it's new.
Yeah, like something's weird with the black. It's not working.
Yeah, and she said they had just gotten it in that week, so I was like, uh-oh. So I didn't go back because it's a half an hour from where I live, so hour round trip drive, and I was just like, meh, it doesn't really bother me. Like, I didn't really care that much. So I just picked them all off eventually and had naked nails, the worst. Naked nails for like a couple weeks. I hate having naked nails. They make me cringe. They don't make me cringe on other people, but when I know what my nails look like if I see my toenails not painted, I'm like, nope, not gonna happen.
I got in such like the habit when I worked at Starbucks of never getting my nails done because we couldn't. So like I literally never paint my nails.
That's a thing, because when I worked at Cedar Point, randomly enough, you weren't allowed to have nails. They kept telling us it was because it would ruin the touch screens, but I don't know if I believe it. I'm like, sounds a little sketch to me. But yeah, that was a really long story to say. I got my nails done yesterday after a long period of weirdness. It's also like when you pick off the gels, it doesn't look like regular normal nails. They look all crusty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got pink though for Valentine's Day.
I was going to say, I know they can't see you, but I can see, and they're pink,
bright.
And Valentine's Day is coming up, so.
I'm literally about to take a picture right now of us on Zoom with my Valentine's nails.
My crusty nails.
So I can show everyone. Yeah, wait, put yours up. I love that. 2 types of friends. You need both.
Yes.
So yeah, I got my nails done this week. That was like my most exciting thing. I know it's small, but that's like my moment of happiness. I go alone, hang out with my girl, and just chit chat. I also had a really fun event for Naz Thrift, which I talked about last week. Store in Columbus. Look it up if you guys want to. I won't give a spiel every time, but we had a really fun event where people came in to rework their denim, like distress their own jeans or jacket, paint them, add patches. And then we had a partnership with another company called Baylor Twine, and the owner Brittany, she like does custom sweatshirts and patchwork and all kinds of cool stuff. Like you can literally pick any word you want. One girl got her Instagram handle on her sweatshirt because she is a food blogger, and it was so cute. I'm actually going to shout her out. She's called Jazzy J Eats All Day. Look her up because I looked up her account after, and the food looks amazing. She's just like a Columbus food blogger, and
you're like,
so adorable.
I know where to go to date night now.
Literally, I'm going to have to keep my eye on it. So yeah, that was a little jumbled, but that was my week. But how was yours?
So basically last Sunday when we last recorded, after that I just went to work Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday I've been doing volleyball through work on Wednesday nights. And we had our game on Wednesday night and we won. We won all 3 sets.
Wow, go off.
Yeah, we are, I guess we're undefeated, but if you count like all of the sets, we've only lost 1. So we're almost completely undefeated.
Does your team have a name?
Yeah, it's called We Always Get It Up.
Oh my God, I love it. That's so fun.
And that was so much fun on Wednesday night. And Wednesdays are my really long days. So like Arika said last week, I usually work in the evenings from 2 till about 10:30 at night. But on Wednesdays, I have to work in the mornings because of volleyball. So Tuesday nights, I get off work at 10:30 p.m. And then on Wednesday mornings, I have to get up and go to work at 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's a tight turnaround.
Yeah, it's real tight. It's real tiring. But that's okay because I always have time to like come home and relax because the games aren't until the evening on Wednesdays. And then what else did I do this week? Yesterday, I went to the gym, went grocery shopping, and...
Oh, yes, I did that too. I did my big grocery shop yesterday.
Yay!
Twins.
I did, I normally try and go, and I like meal prepping. I'll do, one meal for, lunches or dinners, I guess, for me at work all week, and then I'll just get, stuff...
you have to pack.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
wow.
You just work from home. You get to make your food whenever you want.
Leave. I'm make food, doing the laundry, doing my job, the most random schedule. Wait, wow. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's okay. So on Sundays every week I normally cook, and this time I got enough stuff to make 2 weeks of food, which will be really good.
That is good. Yeah, I always do a big shop. We kind of put it off for a really long time. So we'll go every 2 or 3 weeks and just buy a lot of crap. And I freeze a lot. I don't do meal prep, but I do I'll prep all the veggies for whatever meal I know I'm going to make, because we do HelloFresh recipes. So we don't buy the box, but we just make the recipe cards. So we'll buy all the stuff that we need, cut it and prep it, and then just freeze it all. And it stays good for literally ever. I'm this stuff never goes bad.
Yeah, and guys, I highly recommend, because Arika put me onto that, and when I first moved out here after college, it was a game changer because I love cooking in general, but just having those recipes, you can look up any HelloFresh recipe online, and it's super easy. You just get all of the stuff, and it really just helped me explore other things that I'd want to make too. So my recipes that I'm going to make, I'm only going to make one this week, and then I'll make the other one next Sunday. I'm going to do Greek bowls, kind of kava bowls
Angela
this
would
week.
love that. He's so into Greek food.
It's so good. That was almost one of my top 10s.
Pause. Almost. Do you have kava there?
Yeah.
I love kava. We don't have any in Ohio. Not a single one. I've looked it up a bajillion times. Yeah, because I tried kava for the first time in New York City, and I'd heard about it because all the influencers I watch eat it. And I tried it in New York City, and I loved it.
It's so good. It's literally in the same strip as my gym.
Oh my gosh. When I visit, I'm getting kava. That's my life goal now.
It's so good.
That's a great meal prep, though.
Yeah, so making Greek bowls this week, and then I also got stuff for a ground turkey stir fry.
Ooh, yes, I've definitely had something like that. HelloFresh just gives you so many better ideas, I feel than I could come up with myself. I could never think of half of it. But they have some really good ones. We've been making these, what are they called? They're kind of like quesadillas, but it's called a loaded tortilla fold over or something. I don't know. But the meat mixture that they tell you to make is so good. I'm why would I never think of this? Yeah. It's amazing. I love that. Okay, I did my big shop yesterday too, and it took me way too long, but I wanted to ask you this, and I don't know why I thought of this before we started recording, but I want to ask you what your main grocery store is, because this, I feel like, is an interesting question for people.
So I love Kroger.
Why did I know you were going to say Kroger? I was literally guessing that in my head.
But there's no Krogers here.
T.
There's
at
no
all
single
or near
one.
you?
Not at all. I mean, there's one like 45 minutes away.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
In Fredericksburg, but that's the closest one. So this is one that you've probably never heard of. I go to Wegmans now.
I've heard of it. I've never been.
Yeah, I love Wegmans. It rivals
so
Kroger now.
That's really fun, because my main one is Aldi. And I just remembered why I thought of this, because okay, so I went to Aldi, and I've always gone to Aldi. It's so cheap and easy, but they don't have everything. Like, they don't always have everything you need. And when I started being dairy free, because I found out I was lactose intolerant, I had to start getting like dairy free creamer, and they did not have that. They only had like regular creamer. Yesterday at Aldi, they had dairy-free creamer, and in the store, I was alone, but I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to call someone and tell them that Aldi has dairy-free creamer, and I was so pumped.
Yeah, they have an almond milk one.
Yes.
It's really good.
That's what I got. I got the almond milk, like caramel flavor.
But ever since I moved, the dairy-free creamer from Aldi's is really good. Yeah. And then ever since I moved out here, Wegmans is also in the same little shopping center as my gym, so I just go over there right after the gym like I did yesterday.
Oh, that's cute. Like, just going from the gym, go get my groceries. I love that.
Yeah. My gym's in a really weird spot. So the area it's in, I mean, I've said there's a restaurant there. There's a Wegmans. So, it's a weird place. It's basically like a strip mall.
Yeah.
With a bunch of different stores. Like, right across the street from my gym is 2 restaurants and an Old Navy.
Oh,
it's so weird. Like, there's so many odd things just in this little strip. But it's really cool because, there's also an Ulta in that area, so I could just, walk over.
You can do everything.
Yeah.
Literally, I know I used to, totally underestimate it, but Old Navy has the best clearance prices. I swear.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Everything they have in there, I'm like, $1.47 for a tank top? Like, what? Why have I been sleeping on Old Navy?
Yeah, and I'll go over there, and it's like a pajama set for $3.50. Yeah, and I'm like, what is happening?
So good. The only thing I don't like at Old Navy is their jeans, but anything else, I'm like, give it to me. I love it.
Yeah. Speaking of jeans, I really need to go and get new jeans.
Yeah, I could probably use some jeans. What's your favorite jeans brand?
I like
do you have
American
a go-to?
Eagle.
Okay. That's a lot of people's.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've asked that before, and that's a lot of people's. I've had such a hard time finding jeans because I'm tall, so
we have the exact opposite issue.
Yes, I'm tall, so I'm like, I never find anything, and it's not like I can just cut them, or how do I extend them?
Yeah.
And also, I be thick in the hips, guys. I can never find something that fits hips, waist, length all at the same time. So my new go-to is Zara.
Okay.
Yeah, they're actually pretty good.
I feel like we're really similar because I have huge thighs. I got some thunder thighs. I got some wide hips. Yeah. And then we both have pretty standard small waist.
Yeah.
And then the bigger hips, it doesn't work.
Yep. I'm like, I got the birthing hips. Those hit in college. It didn't used to be this hard, but now I'm like, dang, girl. How in the heck?
It's a struggle to find any pants that will fit.
Literally, I got from Old Navy. Oh, this should be my January favorite, you guys. I did not include this, but I'm officially making this my 11th favorite. I have to do it. At Old Navy, they have those power suits that it's pants and a tank all in one piece, the jumpsuit, but pants version. And I'm obsessed with it. It looks so cute. And I got it in a small tall because Old Navy does the height, which amazing. And it was so cute on me. I kept it for the record, but it's so cute on me and it's perfect length on my legs. But every time I pull it over my hips, you can hear it crack a little, the seams.
No, that's me so with any dresses that have a fitted waist. Yes. I'm like, oh no.
It just rips a little and you're like, well, I hope it's not a hole. We're just going to keep going with it because anything bigger would not fit right. Mm-hmm. Wild times. Yeah, well, so that was a pretty big tangent we just took. I love that for us.
And I know we've hinted at it a couple of times with saying January top favorites. So you probably already know what this episode is about. We are going to go over our top 10 January favorites. And we were trying to think top 10 favorite foods, products, we couldn't condense it into one category. So it's top 10 January things.
Of all categories, literally anything we can think of. What have we been loving in the last month? That is our top 10. And we have 10 each. So this is going to be 20 things, y'all. Get yourselves ready for this.
Yeah, and I have a feeling our lists are pretty different because like we were talking about last time, we have many of the same hobbies, but we also have many different hobbies.
Yeah.
And just because each month brings in new things, this is going to be a series, guys. We're going to do this every month.
Yes, I'm really excited about that. And they can always take a theme. Like, I know that you said a lot of yours follow the same theme today. So if in the future we feel that way, we could just do like top 10 foods or whatever. And you all can comment on our Instagram, tell us what you want to hear, because we want to give you what you want to hear too. We could talk all day about anything. So you guys let us know. I love that. Awesome. Okay. So you want to get us started with our top 10?
Yeah, absolutely. So I know that we would normally start these episodes with what we're drinking, but I told Arika before we started, I was like, we gotta push that down in the list of like our intro and stuff, because what I'm drinking today is one of my top 10s.
I'm so intrigued.
So I used to be a really big coffee girl, but I've been on an energy drink kick, and I know that that's probably not the best thing ever. But
that's okay, but you know what's weird about that is so is Kyle. He's a big energy drink guy. I feel like he tells me that. He
likes energy drinks, but he doesn't drink caffeine often.
I love the annoyance. Yeah.
he tells me, he's like, I don't need caffeine. I don't drink caffeine. I don't need it to survive. And then he's like, I'm going to get an energy drink.
No, literally. Because I was like, Kyle, how do you work in a hospital and not drink like coffee? He's like, I drink energy drinks.
Yeah,
like,
but
okay,
it's so like sporadic too. Like it's never
random.
Like,
yeah, it's not like a habitual every day at 9 a.m. like me.
Oh, mine is habitual, and like I don't know. I just I like something fruity. So my first top 10 is going to be the Dream Float Alani New energy drink.
Okay, I was waiting for Alani New. I had a feeling that might be it. I've heard they're good.
It's my favorite brand, and this one, the Dream Float, it's like an orange creamsicle, and it's so delicious.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Alani New, and that they taste really good. Have you ever tried Celsius?
Yeah, I don't like them as much.
Really? Okay, this is tea. It's funny because I could name all the brands and ask you about all of them, but I've never tried a single one.
It's so good.
Okay.
Highly recommend.
Wow. And when do you drink this? Like whenever you're just feeling it, or like because I'm going to the gym or whatever?
Yeah, I'll just drink it whenever I'm feeling it. Like today, I didn't really feel like going out and getting a coffee or making a coffee. So I was like, oh, perfect. I can just get a glass. I can put some ice in it, and I can pour my energy drink in.
Fair enough. And that's caffeine, right? So it's like kind of the same difference.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Okay, well, today, you guys, I am drinking coffee. If you listened last week, you know that we weren't drinking coffee because we recorded later in the day. But from now on, we are recording in the mornings, and I always have to start us off with a coffee. So I went a little crazy today with my at-home coffee. As you can see, I'm using the mug you were using last time. I didn't even think about that, but it's the classic venti gray Starbucks mug, y'all. You have to get it. It's a hot cup, but I put ice drinks in it because that's my mood.
That's okay.
So, yeah, I have a Nespresso machine.
I want
Nespresso,
one
but not
so
espresso.
bad.
Yes, they're I honestly think it's so worth it. I've never made more at-home coffee. I hated the Keurig, and I never used it, and I always bought coffee. I'm like, this is dumb because I own the machine, but Nespresso changed the game. I also got it as a gift, so biased because I didn't pay for it.
Yes.
But there is an espresso pod called Double Shot Cairo, or they all have these names I don't know how to pronounce, guys, so I'm really sorry. I'm not a coffee pro, but I did a double shot. I did some of the Aldi almond milk caramel creamer, a little bit of oat milk, and then I went a little crazy and I did honey, and then I did cinnamon on top, just like my regular order from a coffee shop if I'm feeling a little spicy, and it's so good. I'm shook I made this at home. Yeah, I'm loving it. I wish that it was in a to-go cup, y'all, so I could give you my coffee ASMR, but I really can't.
Here, I got you.
Yes, thank you for this. I love that. Just stirring it around by the microphone for you guys. So yeah, that's what I'm drinking this morning. It's a great coffee. A lot of sugar, but that's all right. Who cares?
That's okay. Because you can start your morning with a caffeine kick and a sugar kick. Why not?
Boom. Sugar rush, caffeine high. We're ready to go.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Yeah, amazing. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys my first top 10 item because we heard Marissa's was the Alani New, which love that for you.
Yes.
Orange creamsicle flavor I'm really interested by, actually.
It's so good.
I'm intrigued. My first top 10 favorite is kind of general and kind of funny, but I just wrote H&M. Randomly enough, I have been looking at H&M a lot because they're pretty affordable, but in the past, I've never really found anything that fit me the right way. And recently I got, actually, you know what? I know why I ended up there. It's the targeted Instagram ads. They really get you. But I got this Instagram ad for a really cute long sleeve ribbed pullover kind of sweatshirt. It looks like Lululemon. Like, that's how it looks. It's definitely not the quality at all. It's really lightweight and cropped, and it is cobalt blue. And it's so cute. I'm new to the color train. I'm a big neutral girl. I wear like black, white, and tan usually. So I'm trying to add a little color to my wardrobe. But I got that shirt. I got a green. It kind of looks like it's a polo, but it's cropped and it's really cute in like Kelly green, super bright. And then, of course, you guys know it's Valentine's week. So I picked up like a pink ribbed turtleneck tank for a Valentine's event I'm doing. And it's just, I don't even know. Like, I got all three for under $30. So I was like, this is a win.
H&M is so cheap.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's honestly, it's fast fashion, really. So I'm like, probably not that good to buy. But you know what? That's what people can afford these days.
Exactly.
So H&M's a favorite, which is shocking because I really used to be kind of anti. I was more of a Forever 21 girly, but now I've kind of switched, and I'm like, probably just because I'm older and their style is a little bit more elevated than Forever 21's a little younger. So yeah, H&M is like one of my favorites this month. I was loving it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so my second top 10. We'll go on another like food thing. So we were talking about Wegmans earlier. My next top 10 is Wegmans cilantro jalapeno hummus. It is
that is so
good.
Niche. I love that for you.
I bought it and like it was just like a spur of the moment. I've been trying all their different hummus flavors, and I got one that was like lemon dill, which was super good as well. But their cilantro jalapeno one, I don't know what it is, but it hits different. It's so good.
I'm actually intrigued that you just said that because so there's two types of people in the world, biologically. Yes. People that love cilantro and people that think it tastes like soap.
Yes.
I'm the latter.
Oh, no.
I hate cilantro. It literally, I can't even use the blue classic Dawn dish soap anymore because to me it smells like cilantro. Like they're one and the same. I can't describe it. It tastes like it. And I hate it so much, but that sounds good to me. I love jalapeno, so I'm like, ooh, I want to try that, but I'm so scared. I hate cilantro. That's so interesting. I love trying new like dips though from the store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they also have a tzatziki dip, and I got that because I'm gonna make those Greek bowls this week.
Oh yeah, that's a really good idea. Just throw some in there.
Yeah.
I love that. Trader Joe's has some really good dairy-free dips. That's been my new thing since I can't really eat a lot of the regular ones anymore. But I've yet to find, comment on our Instagram if you know where I can find this. I want a dairy-free spinach and artichoke dip. I miss that. That is my favorite stuff. Like a spinach dip with bread. Oh, wait, what do you dip in your hummus? What do you eat it with?
Wegmans also has like this assorted box of different kinds of crackers, so I just get that. Yeah.
Not this being a Wegmans ad.
No, literally.
They're gonna be knocking on our door, like, hello. Like,
but you can sponsor me.
Yes, slide in our DMs. Our email is werunoncoffeepodcast@gmail.com. Thanks, Wegmans.
Yes, thanks.
No, I love that. Okay, no, that's a great one. Shopping, on the topic of shopping. So first one was H&M. My next one is kind of a lot of things wrapped into one. So my next favorite was my January date night with Angelo. Ooh. And we have this New Year resolution to go on one date a month because that's sustainable. Doesn't sound like a lot, but we'll take turns planning. So I only have to plan one every 2 months, which is pretty good because we just don't go on dates anymore. I don't remember if I talked about this in the last episode or not, but I may have. But once you live with someone, you just become coexist. And it's like, okay, we need to go on an actual date. So this month, our date was so freaking fun and kind of spontaneous. I was the planner. And selfishly, I'm like, I want to go to Zara. So we're going to go to the mall for my date night. And we went over to Easton here in Columbus, which is a great mall. 10 out of 10 recommend.
I miss it so much.
I know. It's actually like a premium experience. They have everything. It's the only place in Columbus that has a Zara. It might be the only place in quite a big area that has a Zara. So we went over there. We went to Zara first, and it was just a mess. Like there was just crap everywhere. Nothing was folded. Nothing was organized.
That's so
stuff
weird.
On the floor. It was like, I'm like, Zara's supposed to be kind of nice, but it was a huge mess. And I was just honestly too overwhelmed to even look at stuff. So we left. And then we decided to check out this new store at Easton called Amazon Style. Have you seen these?
I looked it up because I watched your YouTube video and I
Oh,
saw that you were
yes!
talking about it. And I looked it up, and Columbus is the only location in the
Really?
United States.
Chills. So exclusive. Okay, when you come here, you should try to get there if you can. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell all of you listeners, since apparently this is the only one. I'm shook. We went to Amazon Style. It's new, and we've heard a lot of hype about it. A lot of people are like making TikToks and posting about it in the Columbus area. So you go into a store. It's a physical location, and it is all. I don't think it's all Amazon brands. No, it's not. It has a lot of Amazon branded things, but then they also have like Levi's and those classic brands. But you walk in and it's like a clothing store, just like any other. But all the things that are hanging on racks, there's only one of each. It's not like they have 20 pairs of jeans, same style, different sizes. There's just one. So you go around the store, and it's still a packed store, which is shocking. Like, there are so many options. I did not look at everything.
That's crazy.
It's so crazy. And everything has a digital tag on the hanger. It's like attached to the hanger, and it has a little QR, the name of the item, and then the size. I think it might say sizes available. It might not. And then it has the price and whether or not it's on sale. So there was a pair of Levi jeans in there that were, I want to say like $18 or less, because they only had one size left, and they were, all the other Levi's were like $80, and I was like, I need these Levi's. Of course they didn't have my size, whatever. But you go up to an item that you like, you scan the QR, and it brings up your Amazon app if you have it on your phone. If not, I think it just takes you to the browser, and it says, here's the sizes and colors we have in the item you scanned. Do you want to send it to your fitting room, or just check out, or like, never mind, you can go off of it. So we scanned a few items. Angelo was actually looking for khaki, so he was like trying on a bunch of stuff. I was looking for sweatpants, so I was scanning a bunch of stuff. And we actually just sent it all to the same dressing room. And I was like, oh shit, I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. But once you send all your items, your phone will be like, okay, like 5 minutes till your dressing room, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, like we're getting it ready. And every time you have to add an item, that adds a little more time because they have to get it ready for you. But when you're ready, you walk up to the dressing room that it tells you on your phone, like number 12 or whatever. You walk up and stand next to the door, and then you hit unlock on your phone. You can literally hear it unlock. You open the door and go in. You never have to talk to a single salesperson this entire time. And then you go in, and there on the shelf are all the stuff you picked out. And then next to that on the shelf is a bunch of extra stuff that they say, because of your Amazon shopping history and all the things you scanned today, we think you'd also like these. So why not try them on?
That's so
It's
awesome.
wild. It is so cool. So Angelo went in first, and he did all his stuff. And while he was doing that, I was literally sitting in the waiting room just adding more stuff for me.
Yeah.
So he tried on all his stuff. And then there was a point where he's like, babe, this isn't the right size. I'm like, just order another size. And he's like, I don't know. I kind of want to leave. He's not into shopping.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Of course.
But inside the dressing room, they have this huge tablet. It's like an iPad on steroids, like a huge tablet, and it shows all the things they left in your dressing room, stuff you picked, stuff they picked, and what size they are. And you can just tap on it and say, I need like a medium. So he did this. He ordered a new size, and then literally seconds later, the door, so there's a two-way door in the dressing room, one for you and then one that's through the wall. The door will light up red and lock, and that means someone from the other side is opening it. They put the clothes in, they close their side, and it unlocks, and then you open it, and you just get the clothes. Literally in seconds, they put a new one in, and you don't have to see anyone. And you don't have to leave your dressing room.
So cool.
It's
though.
revolutionary. So we did this Amazon Style. We thought it was the best experience ever. We will be going back. I may never step foot in another Zara. I'm like, this was a premium experience. I will say, and unfortunately, I heard this from someone else who went there as well. Our cashier was really kind of mean, which I was like,
no.
This is the only person we interact with the whole time. You think they would make an effort to like make sure that was a good interaction. She shorted us $20. Luckily, Angelo counted, because he almost paid like $40 for a pair of pants that should have been 20, which was crazy.
Oh, no.
But he counted, he asked for the money. She had a problem giving us the $20 that she shorted us. It was a whole thing, which I also will say, my sweatpants I bought were $13 from Amazon's like Amazon Good Threads brand, and they're the best sweatpants I've ever bought.
Yay.
So that was a long spiel, but definitely check out Amazon Style if you're in Ohio or if you're traveling to Ohio, because apparently it's the only one.
I feel like I need to look this up and just double check. And because like I feel like it can't be the only one.
I know. I knew it was a new concept for us, but I have no idea. And I know they have those little grocery stores too.
Yeah,
That's like
I
another
have
thing.
one in my
Do you
town.
really?
Yeah.
Have you gone?
Yeah, it's really cool. Like you just go in and it's similar to what you were saying. You just like open up the Amazon app and then you say like in-store code and you
Yeah.
scan into the store.
Okay, that's the same code you use at the clothing store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just scan into the store and then I can walk around with my shopping cart, put the stuff immediately into my bags and walk out.
Yes, okay, that's what I heard about that. And I was like, that is bizarre. Okay, when you visit me, we'll have to go to the Style. And then when I visit you, we'll have to go to the Amazon Go. Or is it Amazon Go or Amazon Fresh?
I think that they have both,
That
but
is
I
so
think
cool.
Amazon Go is like the type of shopping you're doing. So like
Yeah.
you go in and then you just leave.
Okay.
And mine is called Amazon Fresh.
That is wild.
And I love it.
That's amazing. Okay, I don't know how true this is, but it says that there's an Amazon Style in Columbus, Ohio, and Glendale, California. Those are the only ones I see.
Well,
So,
it's probably because
two.
like Amazon has a huge headquarters in Columbus now. So
Yeah, that's wild to me. Wow, I feel so exclusive.
you are exclusive.
Yeah, definitely a good one. So that date night in general was just my favorite. We implemented our New Year goal and then we did all of those fun things. Oh, and I forgot to mention because I got so on that rant. We went to this new place. Well, I don't know if it's new. It's new for us called Flipside and it's
So
just a burger
good.
place. So good. Have you had it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So the burgers were amazing. Have you had it near you? Is it a chain?
No, I had it at Easton a couple
Okay.
years ago.
Yeah, it was amazing. They have all burgers and just all different combos. So of course I had to get the one with like bacon and eggs, like a breakfast vibe because I love those.
You and Kyle are so weird.
Yes.
He loves
I
like
know.
the morning after
Angelo's so
like
not into it.
burger. No, me neither.
That's
Does
wild.
Angelo love a barbecue burger? Because that's my
That's
favorite.
what I think that's what he got.
Really?
He got it. Well, it had like some kind of I don't remember, but it had like mushrooms and some kind of barbecue or some kind of vibe like that. But that's
I love
hilarious.
like a barbecue bacon or like a bourbon barbecue burger. Those are
Yes,
my
a bourbon
kind of
burger.
favorites.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it could be what he got or he contemplated it. But it was so good. And then I don't know if you guys tried the truffle cheese fries while you were there, but they were
I don't
fire.
remember.
And the onion rings.
Really?
Oof. I could talk about Flipside all day. It was so good.
Oh,
But
now
yeah.
I need a burger. I
I
feel
know.
like
I love
I'm
a
gonna go to
burger.
Five Guys today or
So
something.
classic. Yeah, so that was my second favorite. I can't even believe that was a long time of talking about the one. Sorry, y'all.
That's okay. Okay, so I'll move on. Is this my third favorite? Yeah. Okay, so well, you talked about shopping, so I'll do my
Yeah.
one clothing item that I have on here, which I'm actually wearing right now. I got it for Christmas.
Oh, that's cute.
It's a comfort hoodie spelled COMFRT.
Okay.
And I think it's just like a small brand and it's literally the most comfortable hoodie that I've ever worn in my entire life.
I love
It's like
that.
super oversized. Kyle got me, well, this is a Christmas gift from Kyle.
Aw.
He got me a medium because he knows I love my clothes oversized as it
Yes.
is. And I'm literally begging him with my birthday coming up to get me the matching sweatpants because I love this
the
hoodie
matching
so
set.
much.
Yes. Okay, I just looked it up on Instagram. It looks so cute. So is yours one that says comfort on it? Is that what it says?
Yeah, that's what it says. I know it's hard to see, especially because we're just
Yeah.
on Zoom right
Oh, I
now,
see
but
it.
it's like in the same color. I got the color bone, and
Okay.
it's like the embroidering on the front is the same color
so
as
cute.
the actual hoodie.
Oh, I love that. I love a
So
monotone
good.
effect. I love that color too. Like I said, big neutral girl.
I love
Okay,
it.
we're gonna have to post another photo dump for this episode of like all of our favorites because people might want to shop the
I
comfort
know.
hoodie. I kind of feel like I need one of those. I feel influenced already.
And they were on sale. I don't know if they're on sale any longer, but they were.
We love that.
So
We love it so. Okay, my number 3 is like totally switching gears.
that's okay.
It's a TV show, and my next 2 are TV shows.
I have 2 TV
Really?
shows too.
Oh, this is perfect. Okay, I wonder if we'll have any overlap. Probably not. We'll see. But my first one is Ginny and Georgia. Have you watched this?
I haven't.
Have you seen it on Netflix at all?
I've seen like the previews, like whenever
Yeah.
I open up the app and it like starts playing.
I actually feel like you might like it. There's a bit of a... I don't want to... Spoiler alert, okay?
Oh no.
Hop ahead. It's not really a spoiler at all, but there is an element of like murder mystery kind of vibes. So I feel like you
Love.
might be into that. Yeah. But
Maybe.
it's also very like high school show, which for
I
whatever
love
reason, I love
high
those.
school
Me too.
shows.
It's like a little nostalgic and it's fun. And Angelo does not like them, so I always have to watch them alone. But I'm so into that vibe. So yeah, I don't want to ruin too much of the show, so I'm not really going to get into it. But they came out with a new season, and I totally binged it in like 2 days. So I highly recommend Ginny and Georgia, Netflix. It's so good.
Yeah. Okay. So hopping on the Netflix train as well with another show. My show, and This is only a January fave because the show literally just finished, and I'm so glad we're recording today because
Yeah.
I finished watching like the last episode like 2 days ago, and it is The Circle.
Okay, the new season?
Yeah, I love The
Ooh.
Circle, and I feel
Yeah.
like it's so controversial because everybody at work, I'll go and I'll talk about it, and I'm like, you need to watch The Circle.
I love
and they're
it.
like, no, it sucks. Like, it's so weird.
What?
Because my one friend Owen, she keeps saying, she's like, they're just sitting there like, hey, Circle, message. And she just hates that they have to talk like that. And I'm like, that's the whole premise of the game.
I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I've not watched the new season, but I've watched the others, and I really like the show.
I love it. You have to watch the new season. It's so good.
I might. I'm kind of running out of things to watch, hence why I have so many shows on this list, because I'm like, I just finished everything.
Yeah. I highly recommend watching the new season of The Circle or starting from the beginning and watching all of them.
Yes, I've watched the one. I think I've watched like 2 or 3 seasons. I don't know if I've seen them all. How many are there?
This was season 5.
Okay, I watched the one that had Brew on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
I watched that one because I knew him from TikTok, so I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll watch his season. And I think I also watched the first or second. I'll have to see.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's so good.
I think it's a great show. I love seeing who wins. Mm-hmm. It's so good. Okay, my other show that I know you would like the show. Well, I shouldn't say I know, but I really feel like you'd like the show if you haven't seen it or heard of it. But have you heard of Kaleidoscope?
Yes, and okay, so I've watched some of it, but Kyle and I started watching it together.
Okay,
and I'm not going to see him until the end of February, and I can't keep watching it without him.
That is actually the worst. Okay, so I'll explain the premise for you listeners if you haven't heard of it, but Kaleidoscope is on Netflix, and it is a really, really cool show that has, I think they're hour-long episodes, and each episode is titled a color name. And so you have to start with, is it white or black? I think you start with white, end with black.
You have to finish on white. There's
Finish
no
on
other
white.
order.
Okay, so you start with black and you finish with white, and the middle episodes are intended for you to watch them in any order you want, which is so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they shuffle them up on everyone's Netflix accounts. I would guess that they do
Yeah,
that.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, so it's so cool because you can literally watch the colors in any order as long as you end with the same thing. So Angelo picked it out, and the reason he wanted to watch it is kind of random, but I guess the actor who plays Leo in the show is from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And Angelo really liked Breaking Bad, and he was like, he was such a good
Breaking
actor.
Bad.
Okay, that's so funny. This whole podcast is just a series of why you and Angelo have similar interests, and me and Kyle do.
No,
On
literally.
random little things. But yeah, he loved Breaking Bad, and he's like, this actor is so good, and he's in this new show, Kaleidoscope. Like, let's just try to watch it. And I was hesitant because we just never agree on shows, I feel like sometimes. But we started it, and I was literally addicted. We finished it so fast. And then we started it a second time. And like, if you guys are into it, you should watch it a second time because it's actually crazy to watch it again. And you pick up so much more.
You can pick any episode to watch and just like kind of go through, or you could even do like the chronological order because the episodes are like the whole premise is that it like ends in a bank heist.
Right.
And all of the episodes are like how much time out from the heist the episode is. So you could even do like the chronological order of like
I know, I
going
thought about
up
that.
until and then after.
Yes. I would love to watch it in chronological order. I feel like it makes so much sense. But after you guys are done, I want to talk about it because there are some cool nuances in that show that I just like I'm so intrigued by.
I'm so annoyed because we literally watched like 5 episodes and there's only 8, and now we watched it up until like New Year's because he was here up until January 2nd, and then he left, and I'm not gonna see him until the end of February, and I'm like, are you kidding? There's only 3 episodes left.
Yeah, you guys have to finish it next time you see each other because oh my gosh, it's just so good.
Yeah, and we like sometimes we would watch shows together, like we would watch it at the same time and then we'd FaceTime after so that we could like talk about it.
Yeah.
We did that with Stranger Things because we knew we weren't gonna be able to see each other and we had to watch it.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just be like, he's been so busy with going back to school and working.
Yes, it is
but
a busy
maybe
time.
I'll just like message him like today and I'll be like, hey, do you want to watch an episode and then FaceTime me after because I need to know what's going on.
Literally such a busy time for the men in our lives.
Yes.
I can relate to that with Angelo. But okay, what is your next show? I'm so intrigued now.
Okay, it's completely different and completely
I love
off
that.
track of all the other shows, but I have been watching Survivor recently.
Oh, people love Survivor, man.
I love it. And I used to always watch it with my mom, and it feels
Same.
so nostalgic, like going back and watching it now. but I've been watching like the newer seasons, which like if you know anything about Survivor, anybody out there, it's like Survivor 2.0. Like they're doing a whole new era of Survivor because they're on season 43. They've filmed 43 seasons. It started in 2000 and they do like 2 seasons a year, so like one in the spring and one in the fall. And after COVID, they took a year off and they filmed 2 seasons back to back, and they switched up the rules on each season so that like so the people that were on season 42, I watched that one first. They had no idea what happened on season 41. And it was a whole new game because they were like, oh, we're coming back after a whole year break. Let's change up the rules. And so they did. And I think it's so fun. And I think I could go on Survivor. But one of my fatal flaws is that I think I could do anything until I'm proven wrong. Okay. So Kyle thinks that I would not do well. He's like, you're the kind of, he had told me this last night. I was like, I think I could win Survivor. And he said, you're also the kind of person that thinks that you can pull a bullet out of the air and catch it.
I love that. Literally. Me and Angela have talked about going on Amazing Race, though, for reals. It'd be just so fun.
It would be so fun.
What an experience. I love that. Okay. You might have to have a whole Marissa Hour episode on that show because people love Survivor. They love to talk about it. They love to watch it, etc. I'm not super into it, but if it's on and someone else is like, ooh, let's watch it, I would sit there and watch it. My mom also was a big fan, so I remember watching it with her. That's so funny.
My mom has watched every single season, and she watches it like religiously. Like I think the episodes come out on Wednesdays, and she's like, everybody shut up. I'm watching my show.
It's my show. Yep.
Yes.
Exactly. That's so great. Okay, I love that. So I'm done with shows. Are you done with shows?
I love that we had
2 each. Okay, that's so perfect. Y'all, we did not really plan that. We just picked our 10 favorites and came to surprise each other. So I love that.
Yes.
Okay, my next one, again, is just so random. They all are. But my next one is just Lifestyle Pottery, which is the store that my friend Bella owns here in Columbus that Angelo and I did pottery at for our anniversary last year. And I talked about that in our recap. But the reason it's a January favorite is because back in November, we went and like literally sat on the wheel and threw our own pottery, which I had never done in my life. And it was so freaking fun and cool. And then it took us a long time to be able to go pick it up. Long story, but basically the hours just never worked out for us to go. So we just went in January to paint it. And it was such a fun experience. So I made these cute little plates that are like probably this big. I'm showing Marissa. They're like miniature plates and they have like a little edge on them. So they're like a salad plate or like a plate bowl kind of situation. Okay. And it was so cool because I was like, I want to do them all black, but with a raw edge. Like, can you tell me how to do that? And she's like, here's this giant tool, clamp your plate and dip it into this 5-gallon bucket of glaze and then take it out and rub off the edge. And it was just such a cool experience. I've never like gotten to make my own dishes from start to finish. So I'm like trying to go back and just make an entire set because I feel like how cool would it be to serve plates and be like, I made them all.
Yeah, and like so have cool. like a whole like place setting of just stuff that you've made.
I really want to do that. That's the goal. So I made 2 plates and then Angelo made the cutest ever espresso cups. They're like a matching set of espresso cups. He literally went into the class with like a drawing of what he wanted and the volume of the cup and like literally scientifically done how he exactly wanted it and the little spout, and they're just adorable. I wish I had them to show you, but they're so cute. And that was a favorite of January. I thought it was so fun. We went back, painted them, went back another time and picked them up after she fired them. And that was a whole transition because when we painted them, you like the colors don't look the same as when they're fired. So it looks like a big glob of honestly ugly. I was like, my mug looks like crap. I painted little flowers and I was like, this looks like shiz. I don't know. And I went back to pick it up and it was so adorable. So that was a favorite. It was so cool to see the transformation. And now I just want a whole bunch of dishes. I love it.
A couple of my friends when I was in school, their last semesters, they took a pottery class. It was called like ceramics, and they got to like throw all their own pottery, glaze it, and everything. So fun. I've never done it. I wish I would have been able to with them, but I think it is so fun. And one of my friends now, Owen, I keep talking about her. Yeah. And she listens. Well, we haven't posted any episodes yet, but she will. Listened at work because she was like, I really want to hear. And so I gave her my phone to listen to a little bit. And she was like, oh my goodness, I can't stop listening. I'm obsessed.
Hi, Owen. So nice to meet you virtually.
So she's going to be so excited when I keep shouting her out. But she keeps trying to get me to go to a painting pottery class with her. Yeah. And she's like, I don't know if I could make the pottery, but I definitely want to go and paint it with you. And I was like, okay, Owen, we got it. We can do it.
That sounds really fun. I love painting it. Yeah. If you're ever in Ohio for like a week and a half or longer, which I feel like is pretty slim chances, we should definitely do it. But it's just such a long process. It's so cool though.
We can do it before my wedding and then we can pick it up after.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can also go pick it up at any point and give it to you. So as long as we get the initial throwing and the painting done, I can handle the rest. But Bella's my friend, and I don't know if she's listening, but I feel like I could probably coerce her into doing it a little extra fast for us, expedite it.
Perfect.
That's amazing. Okay, what is your fifth favorite from January?
Okay, so these kind of go hand in hand. So I think I'm going to throw 5 and 6 into one, and then you can get 2.
Awesome.
So one of them is they're both lifestyle things. So one is vitamin B12 and biotin. I've been taking it every day for like the last month, and I feel like I get super dry skin in the winter, and like just with it being so dry with having the heat on and just being in a new climate and everything, it's super humid summers and super dry winters over here.
Yeah.
And like I just needed something that was going to help my skin, and like I don't know, I will send you pictures after this, but I had this huge, terrible, like chapped lips situation going on where like all of the skin around my lips was like flaking off. And I feel like vitamin B12 and biotin is what saved me.
Oh, that's amazing. I only do vitamin D and then like a multivitamin because I'm not very educated in the space, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, but that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I wasn't very educated either. And one of my other friends, Ashton, she's the one that told me to try this because she saw something somewhere that told her that these would be really good for like chapped lips. So that combo and then using Aquaphor is really what saved my lips.
Oh, yeah. Is that another one of your favorites, or you just use that?
No, that's just what I've been using.
Yeah, I like the Vaseline lips, like chapstick. They make an actual chapstick. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's my favorite. It's so good.
I've been using Aquaphor during the day, and then I'll put Vaseline on at night.
So good. You got the combo. I love how you have the whole routine down. That's so
I'm
good.
going to send you the pictures because you're going to be so like surprised.
I'm actually ready because I make YouTube videos, if you all don't know this about me, but I was editing my video last week and my lips were disgusting, and I was like, I can't believe I'm putting this on the internet. Like, so disgusting looking. It doesn't matter how much chapstick I use. I feel like it's never enough.
Yeah. And then, okay, so my next one, this is like my holy grail. I promise you that once you hear this, everybody needs to go out and buy it.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I feel like this is so like underrated, and I feel like I haven't heard anybody talk about it. It is the Dr. Teal's Melatonin and Lavender Sleep Spray. It is a spray that you put on your pillow, and you can put it like all over your bed too. I put it all over my side of the bed.
Yeah.
And it has melatonin in it, and you're not ingesting it. You're just spraying it. And then it has like lavender essential oils, and then a couple of other ones like chamomile and stuff like that. It's just supposed to help like calm you down. Yeah. And I spray it all over my side of the bed, and I am out like a light, like 20 minutes later.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. I used to have so much trouble falling asleep. I don't as much anymore, but that sounds so nice. And I do have a linen spray, but I don't think it has a purpose like that. It just smells good. But it's like lavender chamomile linen spray. But I've never done it before bed. That's smart.
It's so good. I love this spray. I found it at Ulta one day because I was looking for just like, I thought that Ulta sold like melatonin, like the chewable ones. Yeah. And I was like, oh, let me go and get like that. But I couldn't find it. And I found this sleep spray. Yeah. And it smells delicious. And I love it.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Marissa's Holy Grail. Everyone go check it out.
That's like number 1 of this month. I swear by it.
Yeah. Okay. That's amazing. All right. So my next one is kind of weird. It's a Christmas gift I got, and it's one of those things that I put on my list because I knew I would never buy it for myself, but I kind of wanted to try it. And it is a neck massager. And my dad got it for me for Christmas. And it's so big. It's like, it looks like a big neck pillow that goes all the way down to like your waist. And you put your arms in it, and then you just turn it on, and it does a heated neck massage. So you can make it heated. There's 3 speeds, and I think that's it. But it does have like a self timer, and it turns off after you probably should turn it off. Yeah. I definitely turned it back on after it turned off, and Angela's like, you might be hurting your neck more than helping at this point. I'm like, okay.
But it feels
but
so
I love
good.
It. Yes, and it's on Amazon. I can actually link it on our Instagram if you all want to check it out, but it was pretty affordable. I think it was like $20 or $30 on Amazon. and it's a game changer. I swear, Angela will never have to give me another neck massage. I can just lay with this thing on all day. And I can use it, like we've talked about, I work from home, so I can just put it on and literally work and type while I'm getting a neck massage. I'm like, this is a game changer.
That's so awesome.
I'm kind of addicted to it.
Yeah, I also got a massage gun for Christmas. It's not a neck massager, but I got the massage gun. I was like sitting there watching TV yesterday, like rubbing out my legs, and I was like, oh, this is so great.
I actually do have a Theragun as well that I got. Guys, this is a top secret. I got it for free. I got a free Theragun because I did an Amazon review, which I'll have to send you this website because anyone can do this. And I feel like not enough people talk about this. And it's just products in exchange for an Amazon review. And they ask you to be honest and you have to rate the product like out of 5 stars. You have to have an Amazon account to obviously be able to do it. But you rate it out of 5 stars and you tell them what you think of the product that they gave you for free. And if you rate it like 3 stars or less, I'm pretty sure they'll just ask you to not post your review, but keep the item. No worries. And then if you rate it 4 stars or higher, they'll say, okay, thanks for rating it and keeping the item. Please post your review on Amazon and then send us a screenshot. That's it. And then you have the product.
Awesome.
So I got a Theragun through that. And they also have like the Theragun leg things. Have you seen those where you put your whole leg in it?
Oh,
like
yeah.
I can't remember what they're called. And then the Theragun, like, they have a back, like a roller, muscle roller that is like electronic somehow, I think. Like it's not just like a regular foam roller, but it has like, I don't know, features. Any of that you can get for free. So if y'all are interested in something like that, check it out. It's called Ambassador, but the end of it is HER, Ambassador. Okay. And they do all of those like free products for doing reviews. And I've done it a bajillion times, not sketchy at all. And I love it. So yeah, that was a tangent to your massage gun, but yeah, I love the massager. And then my next one is where I start getting into tech. So my next one is so funny. You'll probably laugh. It's the microphone I'm using right now. And this is a January favorite because Marissa and I did some testing before we started recording our podcast and my audio was not it. And the sad part that I did not tell you, these are $300 headphones.
Yeah.
$300. That's so much. I'm like, the microphone should be way better for that price. Yeah. I was so annoyed. So I picked up the Samson Q2U microphone from Amazon. And I did watch a lot of YouTube videos and recommendations before I purchased it. And it was the most common one at a good price point. So it was $60. I did not want to spend $100 or more. Felt like that was a lot for just starting our podcast out and seeing if we even like it. So that's what I ended up with, and I think it's amazing. The quality is so good. Yeah, it muffles out other sounds, it gets my voice perfectly, and it really matches your audio. So we've got a good thing going here.
Yeah, but the sad thing is that my audio is a really, really old pair of Beats headphones.
I'm like, what the heck? And they literally sound so good together. I'm like, of course, I would have this problem. And mine are new, too. So I'm like, what is this about?
That's so silly.
But yeah, that is my seventh of my top 10 favorites, and I've been loving it.
Okay, so I have one more that's like not, it's kind of like standalone, and then I have 2 that are in the same category. So the last one that's standalone is for all my workout girlies, or for my girlies that just feel like they need more protein in their life, and I can definitely thank Kyle for this one. It is on Amazon. It's called, the brand is My Protein, all one word, all lowercase, and then it's their Clear Whey Isolate Protein in the flavor lemonade. And when I tell you, have you ever had the frosted lemonade from Chick-fil-A?
No, I don't think I have.
Well, all of my girlies or guys out there that have had it, it tastes exactly like that.
It's gosh.
The one from Chick-fil-A is like it's vanilla ice cream with lemonade. Yeah. And it's like a milkshake almost. And this tastes exactly like that. It is amazing. So sweet. So
this is a protein powder you like mix up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so unfamiliar with all these fitness things.
And I literally just put it with water and it tastes so good.
Wow.
It's so delicious. I highly, highly, highly recommend.
That is awesome. That just sounds yummy.
It's so yummy. It's just like having a nice cold glass of lemonade after going to the gym, but like I'm getting protein.
Yeah, that is nice because it's like, ooh, yeah, a sugary drink.
Yeah,
but you're actually getting something from it.
It's 20 grams of protein, and it's like that's like the perfect amount after like a workout and stuff. And I get weird with meat, and like I don't know, sometimes like I can't stand the texture, but other times like I'm like, oh, this is all I want to eat. So like
Yes.
I go through these periods where like I'm not eating that much meat, and like I like working out and I want to see the quote unquote gains. And
The gains.
so I have been like taking this protein powder, and I took it every day except yesterday after I went to the gym, and I think it's working and it tastes so yummy. I don't even care if it works at this point. It's just a yummy little treat.
I love that. It's actually so interesting how you said you kind of go through phases with meat, because I'm the same way, and Angela just brought this to my attention yesterday. I don't have phases where I'm not really eating meat. I'm always eating meat. I'm like a big carnivore over here. I love to eat meat, but it's the types of meat. So like for a while, for whatever reason, ground beef grossed me out like to no end. So I was just eating chicken for like the longest time. And then Angela mentioned after I went to the store yesterday, he's like, you didn't get like any chicken recipes. Like you're only eating ground beef. Like how weird is that? Because you went through such a phase of hating it. I'm like, that is weird. I wonder why that happens.
Yeah, I've gone through the longest phase. This is probably like the longest one. I think it started in 2020 where
Whoa.
I haven't had chicken breast.
Yep.
Like just chicken breast creeps me out. And for the first time ever, I bought it at the store yesterday to make these Greek bowls, because I think it's going to end up being fine, because I'm going to chop it up and it's marinated in like this lemon garlic dressing or whatever. So hopefully it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm getting hungry just talking about all this food.
I know.
But yeah, chicken breast for me too. I think once you like start getting out of college and like really having to cook all your own meals and having to see it before it's cooked and then after, there's something about that. The pipeline is not right.
I don't really know. I think I remember the moment that the chicken breast gave me the ick. And this is so on brand, because I was watching a TikTok this morning while I was laying in bed, and it literally was like the egg ick, and I get the egg ick all the time.
Do you?
Yes.
I love eggs.
I just like I don't know. I don't want to ruin eggs for you, so I'm not going to go into it.
Okay, fair enough. I appreciate that, because I eat eggs like no other, but I get that, like the ick for foods. And I kind of hate it, because I'm like, why, like, just, can we just like all the foods? But I do, I understand.
And then I saw in the comments it was like the egg ick, the yogurt ick, and the chicken ick. And I was like, this is me.
Yep. I'm actually, so I can't eat yogurt anymore, and I don't think they probably make dairy-free yogurt. Actually, I have had one. It was weird. But when I could eat it or thought I could, I would go through the biggest phases of like yogurt ick, and then like, I want to eat yogurt every day.
Yes.
So weird. Like, why? I do not get it. Okay, my next one is not related to the protein powder or the food conversation we just had, which is totally fine. But it's another tech item. I think it's my last tech item. And I don't even really know if you know this. You probably do, but I'm not an Apple girly. I have a MacBook for work purposes, but regular, like I have a Samsung phone. I have just like a HP laptop. Like I'm not an Apple girly. So I don't do AirPods. So I've been like trying different headphones. I have the ones I'm wearing now, which are over the ear. They're fine. But my new favorite is the Skull Candy Dime wireless earbuds. So I've had them for like over a year. I had the regular Dime, and then they just came out with a new one, and they're called Dime 2, and they have tile tracking in them. So if you lose like one or the other, you can find it, which I'm sure that AirPods do all of that. But I was trying to find a version I could use with my phone. And I ended up on the Dime 2 Skull Candy ones. And then they just came out with this new color. And it's so funny to care about the color of stuff, I swear. It's like the little things that make you happy. They came out with a new color called Take a Hike. And it's all like earthy colors. So they're like orange and olive green and blue and tan. And they're so cute. So that's my new favorite. I love them so much.
Yeah, and completely opposite of Arika. I am a big Apple girly.
All Apple.
And, I mean, okay, I don't know if you can consider this Apple, because Beats is technically owned by Apple.
Is it?
Yeah, I learned that because I got new headphones in, I think it was like September of last year, or maybe even August of last year. And they're like the in-ear wireless earbuds or whatever. And they're from Beats. And I was trying to pair them to my phone, and it was like, is this a new Apple device? And I was like, sure, I guess.
Oh, that is so weird. I had no idea of that.
But I'm a big Beats headphone girly.
I can see that, because I know you have the wireless ones, and then you have the over the heads. I'm like, she has all Beats.
Yeah, I got these when I was like 13, and I just like hardly ever used them.
They've lasted so well. to have podcast quality microphone. I
know.
They've done really well.
Because I've hardly used them.
I love that. Okay, what is your 8th favorite?
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, wait. I only have 2 left on my list. How many are we supposed to have?
2.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So my last 2 are both going to be podcasts because I have to shout them out.
Yeah.
And one of them is a newer one. I'll start with that one. And then my last one is going to be kind of like an all-time favorite podcast. But
I love that.
My first podcast that I'm going to shout out, and I was talking to Arika about this earlier, it's called And That's Why We Drink. And it's a paranormal / true crime podcast. And like I said in the first episode, true crime and stuff like that is just one of my biggest like hobbies and passions. Like I just love, it's so weird to call true crime a hobby, but like I am constantly ingesting that kind of media just because I find it so interesting. And I love learning about the paranormal stuff. And I was talking to Kyle about this a couple weeks ago because he's like so against like all that like witchy woo kind of stuff.
I'm with Kyle on this one. One I'm with Kyle.
But listen, I'm going to explain.
Okay, I'm
because ready. I'm a big science girly. Like obviously I have a bachelor's degree in biology. Like I love all the scientific, all the things that have like a true explanation, but I love learning about things that are so different because what if? Like we never know.
For sure. Yeah.
And so I love learning about, like, all the paranormal stuff and, like, all, like, the witchy things because, like, what if? Like, we never know.
Totally. Oh, no, I respect it. I am with him on that. I, like, don't get into it, but I've never been the person that's been like, you can't tell me about it. I don't believe it. Or, like, astrology, for instance. I know a lot of people that are super into that, and I'm like, I don't know if I believe it or I don't know if I get it, but I'm always down to hear about it. Like, let's talk about it. I want to know more. I'm definitely interested when people are passionate. We just have to pause here to, like, realize how passionate Marissa is about her work because I can't believe you do true crime-ish things or like forensics all day at work and then you come home and you still are thinking about it. You're watching the TV shows, you're doing the podcast. Like that's how I can tell you really love it because I feel like I really love marketing, but after I get done at work, all I want to do is anything else. Like I do not want to keep doing marketing. So I feel like it really shows how passionate you are about what you're doing because you just love it.
Yeah, and I was talking to Kyle's mom about this a couple months ago, and it was so funny because I was like, I wake up, I listen to my true crime podcast while I get ready to go to my true crime job, and then on the way home from my true crime job, I listen to my true crime podcast, and then when I get home, I watch my true crime show.
Yeah, literally. That's exactly right. But I don't know. I really do think it speaks to how passionate you are about it because if you weren't, you wouldn't be doing that. So that's wild.
It is wild. That. And maybe I should have something a little bit lighter go into my ears. But that's why I'm doing this podcast. This is completely different than everything else.
Yeah, I love that. So here's my stance on the true crime because we've never really gotten into this, but I'll go for it. I used to be super into true crime. I was watching all the shows and listening to all the podcasts. I really liked Crime Junkie. And have you ever listened to S-Town? The Shit Town podcast? I think you would actually really like it. Angelo had to convince me for so long to listen to it, but he's like, babe, it's a true crime. Like, you're going to like it. And he's never into that stuff. Like, he does not listen to it. So I was shocked. And I listened to it. It was really good. It's a whole podcast series just about one case. And it's like all the episodes build up to the end. So it's a good one. Highly recommend. But I'm not into true crime anymore because the older I get, the more scared I get, like truly. Yeah. And I just can't live paranoid anymore. So I like kind of let it go a little bit, but I still like it. It's just definitely not my hobby anymore because I'm like, I psych myself out really. I get too anxious. Yeah, it's definitely something like I've started to struggle with, especially because I'm living alone right now. Yeah. And that's scary. It's like last night, like I live in an apartment complex, so there's obviously going to be noises, but like last night I remember I was sitting here and I had turned off the lights and I was like, someone could be in here. And like, I mean, it also, my side of the true crime, like, not argument, I guess, but like just saying like why I like listening to it. Like you're never going to learn how to handle a situation unless you hear about it. Yeah, for sure. And I definitely still get like nervous and scared and stuff. Like I remember when I was doing all my running for my 10K training, that was the same time that woman had been like kidnapped on her run. And one of my friends, again, Owen, she was telling me, she was like, Marissa, do you listen to like your music or your podcast while you're running with both headphones in? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you need to stop doing that because this woman was just kidnapped. And I was like,
Exactly. And so, I mean, I didn't listen for a couple of weeks because like if I'm
Yeah,
running, I need to
get in
like
your head.
have like everything drowned it out.
Yeah.
But I remember I was like, this is genuinely terrifying. And if I had never heard that story before, I could have been the next person that was just caught up at a bad time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so like learning about all of that is definitely like why I'm such a big proponent of learning about stuff like that, just because like you never know, because you think when you're so young you think you're invincible and
Oh, for
whatever,
sure.
but you're not. You could always be the next person around the corner that gets caught up in a bad situation.
Oh, for sure. Angela's a big workout with one earbud in. Even at the gym, even at anywhere. We're big people that like we walk into a room and we like kind of plan for the worst in our head and then we can enjoy our time. It's like you have to take
Exactly.
that step first. It's like the preventative. Like if something goes down, here's my route. Okay, now we can hang out.
Yep.
Yeah. And some people really think that that's a horrible way to live, but we think it's the best way to live. Like for us,
Yeah.
that works because it's like we feel prepared and, not blindsided. If something were to happen, we like are ready to go.
Yeah, and I don't even think like, I mean, you always prepare for the worst, expect the best. Like,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
just have to.
And it gives you a good outlook. I really don't think it's bad. But that was a whole tangent on true crime. But
Yes.
that is totally what this is all about, I feel like.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, I'm going to jump into my ninth. And the last two of mine are food. Wait, did you say your last one? And did you want to say your last one or do you want me to go first?
You can go. I mean, my last one's just another podcast.
Oh, that's right. Your biggest podcast. Okay.
Yes.
I'll say both of mine because they're kind of related. So both of mine are food. And my number 9, I was almost going to be drinking it today, but I already have the coffee and water. I did not need to add the third one. I know the trio is a thing, but my 9th favorite is the Bolt House Farms Green Goddess juice. Specifically, I am not usually a big green juice person or a juice person because I feel like in all juices and smoothies, one of the main things is banana, and I hate banana.
Oh, no.
It's like the one fruit that I don't really like.
Me
And
having a
if I
banana for
taste-
breakfast every morning.
Oh, Angela does. And I know this is so mean, but I literally ask him, like, can you not be by me when you're eating that because I can smell it. Like, that's how bad I am.
That's so
and
silly.
I just hate banana. I know it is. I hate banana. Like, it just actually grosses me out. I don't know why. So the green goddess juice, Bolt House Farms brand only, because I've tried so many. It has banana, but I literally can't taste or smell it. And it's just the best flavor. Like, I am a picky eater and I don't really do enough fruits and vegetables for sure, but the juice is so delicious that I'm like, okay, I feel good about drinking it, even though it's definitely for sure sugary. I feel good about drinking like the amount of fruit and vegetables that are in there that I know it would not get otherwise. So that is top favorite. And it's not just January, it's forever, but I've been really into it lately.
Yeah.
And I also drank it while I was sick, which I feel like placebo effect. It did not make me better, I'm sure, but I just felt better like knowing I was drinking that while I was sick and not really eating much. And then my last one is also food, so I'm going to say that one too. This one I just tried yesterday, so I added it very last minute.
Yay!
But it's so good. So like I've said, I don't eat dairy anymore, at least try not to. And one of the worst things that I miss is pizza. I love pizza, good classic pizza. And I can take Lactaid to eat like real dairy at times, but I've unfortunately learned that there is no amount of Lactaid that can compare when eating pizza. It's too much cheese. So I've made homemade pizzas with the dairy-free mozzarella from Aldi, and they're fine. And then I've tried at Mellow Mushroom. They have a dairy-free pizza, and it's bad. That's what I would say.
Oh, no.
And I think that they put way too much cheese and it's like disgusting. And I just hated it. So last night I found the closest dairy-free pizza to real pizza. And it is the vegan cheese at Harvest Pizzeria. Now this is a chain only in Columbus. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, but the reason I've learned about it is because Angela's sister got a job there and she's a server.
Okay.
And they have one like for the Columbus people. They have one in Bexley, Clintonville, Dublin, and there's a downtown. So there's 4. And their thing is like fresh, homegrown, I'm doing air quotes, fresh, homegrown ingredients. I don't know exactly what that means, but they say that they get ingredients from local farmers in Columbus or in Ohio, which is kind of cool. And their vegan cheese pizza, like I did a build your own vegan cheese and pepperoni, just classic. It was so good. And I was like, phew, there's hope for me. I'm not quite there yet on the perfect pizza, but hopefully I'll find it. And I also have to say, like, when you go dairy free, there's people like me who I still eat dairy with Lactaid. So like I have both. But then there's also people like my friend Taylor. She just does not eat any dairy at all ever. And she hasn't in a few years. So there's been times where Baby Bell just came out with like a plant-based cheese, or I think it's new, and it looks just like the regular little circle Baby Bells with the wax, but it's not cheese, it's plant-based. And I tried it and I'm like, it doesn't really taste like cheese. Angelo tried it and he said it tastes like taking a bite out of margarine, which I can't unsee. It does taste exactly like that.
I'm
and
just
then I gave one,
like the texture.
Literally, oh no. Regular Baby Bell texture, but tastes like butter. And then I gave one to my friend Taylor and she was like, oh my God, this tastes just like the real Baby Bells, just like real cheese. Like, it's so good, because she hasn't had cheese in so many years that tastes like cheese to her. And I was like, that tastes nothing like cheese to me. So that's, I don't know, that's a tangent, but just such an interesting concept that I've figured out, because I've tasted cheese recently, like a real Baby Bell and then the fake one. And I'm like, ooh, that ain't right.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
feel
weird.
like there's been like times in my life where I'm like, oh, if I just try like this version of it and I never know what the real version tastes like, I'm never going to be like disappointed.
Exactly.
And one of my friends, Mara, she's gluten-free and she can't have it because of like health reasons. And she's also like kind of allergic to it, I think. Yeah. And she has these gluten-free pretzels that I tried for the first time the other day, and it almost made my top 10. They were the most delicious pretzels ever. I love pretzels, and these rivaled any other like regular gluten pretzels I had ever had in my life.
That's amazing. Are they like the snacking pretzels or like a soft pretzel?
They were snacking pretzels, like the hard ones, yeah.
Oh, that is so good. I'm intrigued. I had a friend who was gluten-free like from celiac disease. And I remember, this is just a funny story, but my mom was like trying to be accommodating because she was staying at our house and she was trying to find and make sure we had stuff that she could eat that was gluten-free. So my mom literally, sorry mom if you're hearing this, she literally was so silly, but she paid like $2 extra, which is not a lot, but it's just funny, for a bag of tortilla chips because the front said gluten-free. And I was like, Mom, all tortilla chips are gluten-free. Like, pretty much all of them. And she was like,
corn.
This is the only one that said gluten-free. I'm like, yeah, that's marketing, baby. Like, sorry, we got you.
We got you real good, Mom.
You spent the extra. Because what she bought was the organic ones, just because it said on the front. But I was like, Mom, they're all gluten-free. And it was just so funny. But, yeah. That's my new go-to pizza is the Harvest one. So thanks, Harvest, for hitting me with that. It was so good. That's all my top 10. So you have to give us your big bang.
Okay. Are you ready for my last one?
I'm so ready.
Okay. It's another podcast. And I don't even know if I could call this just a January top 10. I've been listening to this podcast since 2019.
Wow. That's fair.
Like,
okay.
Every single episode that they come out with, I've listened to every episode ever of this podcast. And they just put out their 420th episode yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, Friday, because it's Sunday. Yeah. On Friday.
That's crazy.
And I love this podcast so much. It is another true crime podcast. Well, I wouldn't even call it just true crime because they do like listener stories. They do all it's okay, let me just put out the name and then I'll be able to like say what it actually is about. It's called Morbid. Okay. It is my all-time favorite podcast, and they talk about all things morbid. Like, they talk about, like, paranormal things as well. They talk about survivor tales. They talk about true crime stories, and it is my favorite podcast of all time. It has me by a chokehold, and I cannot wait until they do live shows, which I have a feeling are coming up soon. Because in 2020, they were supposed to go on their first ever tour, and it got canceled, and they've never been on tour, and they've been a true crime podcast since 2018.
Dang.
And I was like, please, just go on tour.
That's funny.
I need to see these women in real life.
So that's actually really funny because that podcast has been a topic of discussion on a podcast I listen to that you may have never heard of. But I listen to a podcast called The Toast. It used to be called The Morning Toast. Mm-hmm. And they call it a millennial morning show. And so every single day they post it in the morning and they talk about they say like, these are the fast 5 stories you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast. Crunch. But that's their little tagline, and they do 5 pop culture stories every day. And recently, I just literally went on the Instagram as you were talking to see if it was called Morbid, and it is. They've been it's a joke, but they've been like so annoyed at the Morbid podcast because Morbid classifies themselves as comedy. Yeah, and they have number 1 and 3 on the comedy charts, and The Toast is at number 4. So they were like, at Morbid, please move your podcast to the true crime category. It's more accurate, and my ego will thank you, so we can be number 2. Thanks.
Well, I understand that. They are
so
definitely
funny.
more of a true crime like podcast,
Yeah.
but they are very funny.
That's hilarious.
So-
They have definitely, the girls I listen to have definitely never listened to the podcast, but they were like, why is this story colored morbid and these episodes about someone's death literally on the top comedy? Like, please go.
because they are so
That
funny.
is so wild.
And one of the hosts, her name is Elena, and she just wrote a book. And it came out, I think, in like November. And I read her book. It's so good. It's getting turned into a TV show. And
I love
she's
that.
currently writing her second book, and I can't wait.
I love when a book that you've read turns into a show. It's the best feeling. It's like, yes, I get more.
Yeah, her book was out for a week, and it had already been signed for a
Wow.
TV
What's the
show.
book called?
The Butcher and the Wren.
Okay, I don't think I've heard of it, but that is so cool. That's going to be exciting. I
Yeah.
love a show.
I'm so excited.
This is so random tangent, but I just can't believe that this has happened. What is the weather like in Virginia? I was going to ask you at the beginning.
So I actually have my window open right now because I looked at my my weather app before,
Yeah.
and it said that it was supposed to flurry today.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's 39 now. It was like 36 earlier, and it's going to rain all day.
What?
And
I'm actually shook that you're saying this. I did not expect this.
But it's a snow.
So much snow in Ohio. It's dumping snow right now.
Really?
Like, I'm going to send you a picture.
mad.
So I really did intend to ask you about the weather at the beginning of the podcast. So I took a photo at the beginning so I could text it to you. And then I just looked outside because we've been talking y'all for an hour and 15 minutes. And I took another picture, and you're not going to believe what's happened in an hour. I'm sending you the before and after.
Well, okay, so it's going to be mid 40s to 50s this whole week. Like, we're not supposed to get any snow. It hasn't snowed at all since I've lived here.
Wow, that's crazy. I wouldn't expect that.
It might have flurried like twice, and then I think it did snow a little bit while I was home for like the holidays.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I sent you a picture. So one was before we started recording, and one is right now. Can you believe?
I want snow.
It's snowing so
bad.
much. I don't, but I know Angelo, like he's at work right now, but I know he's going to be so happy. He loves the snow.
I want snow so
So
bad.
cute. Well, thank you guys for listening to our top 10s of January. That was so
Yeah.
fun to talk about. I love that we can take each other's recommendations and give them to you guys.
Yeah, of course. And then, like we said, just comment anything that you'd want to hear for our top 10 episodes in the future, because this is going to be a monthly thing.
For
and
sure.
if you want us to specialize, like, we can definitely think about things that are like on one specific category and just put
Yes.
those all into one.
Even top 10 Amazon finds. I just thought of that,
Ooh,
but I
yeah.
shop on Amazon so much that would be a really fun version to do.
Yeah.
Big
So,
Amazon girly.
Like we said, go to our Instagram, We Run on Coffee. Is it We Run on Coffee Podcast?
It's just at We Run on Coffee.
That's what
Give
I
us a
thought.
follow.
Okay. Yes. So go
Heck
to our
yeah.
Instagram, give us a follow, and tell them, Erica, where we're on now. Like what podcast streaming
yes.
places they can find us.
That is a really great question. So definitely follow our podcast however you're listening today and rate it 5 stars. We are officially live on quite a few platforms. So wherever you're listening, we're obviously live because you're, listening. So we are on Apple Podcasts. So for the Apple girlies, I had to do it for y'all. We're on Amazon Music or Amazon Podcast. I think it's just called Amazon Music. We are on Anchor. We're available on CastBox, iHeartRadio, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Spotify, and Stitcher. And Google Podcasts is coming soon. So however you would like to listen, you now can.
Yes. Perfect. So, like Erica said, just go listen, give us 5 stars, follow us so you can get all the newest updates on
Yes.
whatever podcast listening service you're listening on and on Instagram. And we can't wait to talk to you guys next week.
Literally cannot wait, you guys.
We will see you next Wednesday. I'm Marissa.
I'm Erica, and we run on coffee. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.